Oh, hey, this is Mike Ciske here from Ciske's Country Christmas. I just want to kind of give you a behind-the-scenes tour of what it all takes to run this, uh, what it all takes to set it all up. So, yeah, if you got any questions, just comment on it and we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, here's kind of a tour on how everything runs. Right here I have, well, the number one controller. I got it inside this deck box, kind of keep things waterproof. I got all my Cat 5 coming out. That runs part of it over here. Controller 1, Controller 2, there's 16 outputs on each one. Here is power supplies to run my 9 white RGB trees in the front of the house. I got everything set on timers. That way they don't run all night long and all day. So they only run for the show and they go off by themselves. I try and do everything self-sufficient. Here comes out of the house is I got 4 separate circuits that run all these controllers and everything. There's my Cat 5 coming out of the house. I got everything wired in the house to my computer, so there's no cords running through no doorways, which is so nice. Speaking of cords, here are some of them. These guys come over here. They run these 9 white trees coming across all the way through here. And they got all these RGB bulbs. These bulbs here, red, green, and blue. And they can get any color of rainbow on these. These are all 12-volt bulbs. Actually ordered those from China. But they work good. Underneath the trees I got wooden bases. Keep them standing and sinking in the ground when it's blowing and raining and whipping around. Kind of supports them. Plus I got 4-foot rebars pounded in the ground with the trees slid over the top. And underneath you can see all the wiring mess. Let's use the finger that controls everything. Comes all over here to this one controller. It's an RGB controller. Runs off a Cat 5. You can see the Cat 5 comes in here and goes back out down on the bottom, runs back out. That runs over here. Runs over here to the big tree. I love this tree. But here's the power supply for it. It's all 12 volt. I got 2 of them actually in there because this thing takes quite a bit of electricity. But it's pretty much energy efficient. Here's another controller. That one's a Ethernet based controller. Everything runs off of Ethernet. The wiring, a lot of zip ties, a lot of time. Put this guy up yesterday. Finished him up last night. This thing is actually 2 stories tall. Goes all the way up to the top. You can kind of get a gist of it with the house. Up on top I got an RGB controller. You can see it in the little black box up there. That powers up the star. That runs that. There's 150 lights per strand, and there's 12. And those are all RGB also. Any color of rainbow. It's like a big billboard. Set that one up. I got a pulley up in the tree. It runs and pull it up on the back side after I set it all up on the grass. Pull it right up into place, tie it off. So that one's kind of she's a heavy one though. We could take a walk up on the house. Oh yeah, over here I got more timers. They're plugged in. This one runs the controller up there up on the house. I'll show you that in a second. Runs over, I got another circuit over there. Powers that. Here's my video cameras wired in. I have 2 there, 1 up above the door, and I got another one on the other corner of the house. Gotta have those. Never know. And they're all night vision, so I can see everything from pretty much that shed there all the way around, all the way back over. And I can see around the corner to the other white shed. It's kind of nice. Sit in the house and watch. Also down here, Well, this big spaghetti mess that comes out of here, I'll show you where all of those run in a second. But it comes over here, I got more Cat 5 coming out of this box. This here runs across the ground, through, goes all the way over to the arches over there. I'll show you that in a second. But here I got my floodlights. These are new this year. Controller. Another RGB controller with the power supply inside. All 12 volt. And more of the floodlights coming across. We'll take a walk up on the roof here. I'll show you what's up on top up here. That, and I gotta clean out the rain gutters. But here's all my gutter lights. Red, blue, green, and white. Gotta have those all the way along the roof edge there. All the way across the roof, up on the peak. Here I got another floodlight. Same thing over there. Those are new this year. Here's a controller that runs them. It's an RGB controller. You get those from holidaycoro.com. That's all powered by the one that's downstairs on the ground along the house. Here are my Christmas trees that sing. They're 4 foot by 4 foot. There's 305 bulbs, RGB, on there, any color of the rainbow. And inside there I got controllers. Each one has a power supply. They all run off a Cat 5. Snowflakes on the window. Up on top I have another controller with another floodlight for the peak. All of these lights up here. This is a big old spaghetti mess right there too. A lot of zip ties coming across. And I got 4 of the singing Christmas trees up here. Love those. They're hard to program to get the mouth right when they're singing. Let me quick get this branch out of here. But yep, there's the top of my tree coming down. Here's the yard coming across. And we'll go back down the ladder quick. Let me pause it. Alright, we're back on the ground. Coming over here, we have all more wiring coming across. These cords here run the lights on this tree, that one there, the birch tree, and the other silver maple way at the end. I have more security cameras mounted up on the tree there. I can see down the road that way and that way. Keep an eye on everybody, make sure everybody's safe. And all these lights on the fences runs all the way across, up and over around behind the big tree. They come over here. All the cords, a lot more cords over here. There I got my radio sign. Tune in 89.5 FM on your dial and listen to the lights. And I also have another controller. This one here runs the whole fence all the way up, all the way back down, around over to the back behind the pine trees over there. There are 16 strands of each color, red, green, blue, and white. Boy, I tell you, quite a bit of them on there. All LED, no incandescent bulbs. So much energy efficient. Here are my arches. These here are 16 feet, if you lay them flat, 16 feet long. These are LED ribbons, and all controlled by these little smart chips that are right there. Each one of these, all the way through, all the way down. I made them out of 3/4 inch exterior electrical conduit. I pounded 4-foot rebar in the ground, slid them over, arched them out. Well, the wiring comes over. Here's the controller. This is an Ethernet based controller. It's a SAN device, 682. It's all Ethernet. It runs over here. Here's the power supply that runs that. It's a 400 watt 12 volt power supply inside the box. And over here I have all my lawn lights set up. I moved them from the house over to the mound. Mr. Easter Bunny was chewing on them, so let's put them somewhere where he won't. This sign here is new this year. I have inside here, I don't know if you can see it, but that's a PlayStation 3 power supply. Power running up. This little box right there, it holds an SD card that powers us up, and it runs my scrolling billboard sign. That one's just made out of EMT conduit and the LED smart ribbons on there. And that one, you'll be able to read it when it gets dark, but that's new this year. Then we come back up over here. We got more cabling running all over the place. And I just kind of left it in a mess, but can't see it from the road. Here I got my 18-foot, actually it's about 19 or 20 feet tall Christmas tree, blue and white LEDs. This one here, and it's got the strobe lights inside. These are pretty neat, nice and bright. I think there's 2, 4, 6, 12 of them going all the way up, held down by guide wires, all on the ground with stakes. Here's another controller, kind of like the one you saw in the deck box. That it's got 32 cords running into it, and then some maybe. Those all run my arches over to here, and the other Christmas trees. Then it comes back over here, all the way through, runs this one here. It's got the red, blue, green, and white on it. Also, the white, and the blue. Every other one going up and over and down and around. And then I got 8 100-strand multicolored lights. It's PVC PEX tubing for the bottom with 1.25 inch PVC pipe slid over 4-foot rebars in the ground. And I think that pretty much does it. I got my, if you're looking for donations, the donation box is mounted on the back side of this tree at the end of my driveway. That way it's safe and easable access. But yes, I start setting up in mid-October, and I finished it up today. Today is Tuesday. Thursday the lights come on. Hope to see you here. If you have any questions, please comment and I'll try to answer them for you. Till then, thanks for coming out. Hope to see you. Thank you.